Hi everyone, Weber back with another production tip on Lines of White again, and this time we're just taking you through the vocal. This is basically my voice that I've recorded, not using a expensive microphone or anything, just using my iPhone and then just airdropping it across. This is what it sounds like on dry on its own.
Lines of white, bottles clink, house on fire, no time to think.
And so sounding pretty not beefy at all. So what I've done on here is quite simple in terms of like EQ. I've just taken off the bottom end. That's just to top up the boominess of me just having my iPhone here next to my mouth. And then the main plugin for this is Manipulator. Great plugin for like changing the sound of a vocal completely. What we've done here is knock down the pitch massively. So if I take it up to the top here, and I've changed the format as well, and also take that off.
Lines of white, bottles clink, house on fire, no time to think.
So basically pitched it down because I sound like a big girly man, and we don't want that in the track. And then I've adjusted the format down to about -4.
Lines of white, bottles clink, house on fire, no.
And that's giving it sort of like the beefy boominess that's right for our track. I've also slightly tweaked with the harmonics, and then this I can't even think of the word. Slider, yeah. Got stuck on the other one. This slider here called Smooth Grains, and that's basically just makes it like if you have it all the way on the default, it's quite sharp and like it sounds a bit robotic, but when you like extend that out a bit, it just makes it sound a little bit more natural. Yeah. So we've got that on and a bit of the stereo as well, just to give it that width. We've also then put it through Bloom, which is one of my favorite plugins just for getting everything nice and clear. Use the warm and clear pop vocal, and I've also ducked the low mids down a little bit from the preset.
Lines of white, bottles clink.
And that's just to kind of basically get that. I've used a bit of the squash, the compressor in Bloom, to basically give it that bit more polished sound. I've also got an R bass here, and this is just to bring back some of the bottom end of it.
Lines of white,
so this is it. That was it on. This is it off.
Lines of white, bottles clink, house on fire, no time to think.
Gives it that like beefiness.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with the processing we do in tracks, whenever we're processing, a good rule of thumb is it's just always little increments and little stuff, unless obviously you want to absolutely smash it. But even like with us smashing with that Manipulator plugin, obviously the pitch has gone down 12, but it's still all that's really sort of just changed the stuff. Any other processing like EQ and compression and, like say, reverbs and stuff, and that, just adding little bits back in,
yeah,
you know, and just shaping the sound to get it what we want,
yeah,
bit by bit.
Yeah, especially with vocals, it's like really important to like just you find little bits add up to a big thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. On the EQ again, I've got to kind of look behind the camera. Just taking off the bottom end, and that's just from that R bass again. Yeah. Just make sure the bottom end's just not taking over the track, and also taking a little bit out of the top end of there. And then finally, I also got to look behind the camera, added a bit of Decapitator on, and that is can't beat a bit of Decapitator actually. And that is basically just to give it a bit of that grit. So like if I bypass it,
lines of white, bottles clink.
Just give it that little
pops it out, doesn't it?
Yeah. Gets it really sat in the track. Sometimes with vocal saturation or distortion, that they can really make it sit instead of maybe a compressor. And then finally we've got this super plate on that is enabled right now. Let me just disable that.
Lines of white, bottles clink.
Super dry.
As dry as can, that.
And then on the bypass, taking the bypass off.
Bottles clink, house on fire, no time to think.
And again, when you're tweaking the reverb, you basically just play the track, bring the mix up, and then tweak the delay. Also with the pre-delay, you'll find with vocals you probably want a bit of a longer pre-delay, just so that first transient's come out and you can still hear it. But that's how we did all the vocal processing for Lines of White. Thanks so much.
Brilliant.
Cheers guys.